Hello YouTube. Hi, my name is Mark. This is Nixon Motorsports. If you're new to this channel, we're all about motorsports, from racing to exotic cars and even simulators. Today's video, if you're interested in purchasing a Formula race car, then this video may be for you. With that, let's get into it. All right, so over the last few years, I've had several people approach me, talk to me, whether it be online or the phone, whatever that may be, wanting to get into racing. And as you probably know, following this channel, I love all types of racing, but I primarily focus on Formula race cars myself. And so the questions were just advice, discussing what they found, if it's a good fit, that type of thing. And in some cases, if I knew of any race cars out there for sale. So I thought, you know what, this might be a good opportunity, a good video segment, and I'll do this every once in a while, where I am aware of Formula race cars that are in the market and available for sale. So with that, let's get into the race cars. So here are the three Formula race cars that we will talk about today. First up, this is a 2007. It's a Formula 1000. The manufacturer is Store. The seller is Shane, and he has an asking price of $45,000. The quick highlights on this car is we just focus on the beautiful shot here, all black paint throughout. This is a Gen 6 ZX-10R power plant, so that's a Kawasaki 1000cc engine. Great horsepower. This is a 14,000 RPM red line, about 223 plus horsepower out of a 1K motor, which is fantastic. Now this is built, the engine was built by George Dean Racing Engines, and it's a fantastic motor. So he's fitted this with a Gen 4 ZX-10R throttle body, really just to simplify the electrical kind of integration itself. All the shifting is pneumatic. It's controlled by Geartronics. So this is a paddle shift race car, which is fantastic. And it currently has a Formula AIM steering wheel on it. This is the, I believe, the version 4, which is the latest generation. Very cool. And fantastic build, great wiring harnesses. It's a very competitive front-running car in the right hands. Okay, really quickly, and I'll walk through some of the highlights as I see it here on the race car itself, but a Formula 1000, and as you may know if you followed this channel, I raced a Formula 1000 myself. In fact, my car is very similar in many ways to this Store, this F1000 that I'm showing you here right this minute. But the quick setup, a Formula 1000, very simple. It's 1,000 pounds wet. Now that's with driver, so the minimum weight of the race car is 1,000 pounds, and the engine capacity is 1,000 cc's maximum. Now it also requires that it is a motorcycle powered race car. So that's the Formula 1000. Now these are very competitive race cars, just to throw this out there. Typically you'll find cornering, so lateral G's in the 3G range, which is a lot. Braking also can be up to about 3 G's in braking. About 1,000, 1,100 pounds of downforce, depending on the wing packages on the car and the setup and so on. So a very competitive car. They race, or can be raced, in the SCCA US Majors. They have a class called FA, which is Formula Atlantic, and that's where they run today. So let's walk through and talk about again some of these items that I see. So this very first picture is just a snapshot of the front corner of the car, if you will. You can see, of course, double wishbone for the suspension. These cars can have up to 10-inch wheels. It looks like he has 7 or 8-inch widths there on the front on this thing at the moment. Very straightforward, very clean car. You can see a very capable floor on this car, protruding in front of the side pod there that we see in this photo. You see obviously 6-point safety harnesses in the car, that type of thing. So pretty straightforward. Let's go to the next photo. The car is up on the stands. You can see the brake assembly on the front right here. They are 4-piston calipers, front and rear, and it looks like he has some solid rotors on this car right this minute. So that's pretty common as well. The other thing I can call out here, the front wing on this car, it looks like it's a fixed main plane. You see a flap that's adjustable. That nose is carbon, as I mentioned a moment ago. The rest of the car is all fiberglass. Now you can modify the car and actually have different wing packages, different body work, that type of thing. This is one of the latest generations from BRD actually for the body kits on this. Just so you know, so it's nicely upgraded. But that's the quick view here. Let's move to the next photo. Right, so motorcycle powered. This is a chain-driven race car, and here you can see a picture of the rear sprocket on the race car itself. It just shows you, you know, what you're looking at. So adjustability is quite simple. You have a few retaining pieces of hardware, bolts, that allow that differential to slide forward and backwards for your chain tension. This car does have the tripod bearing assemblies on the differential, so that's actually good. They're lightweight, very reliable, and but that gives you a quick view of what the rear looks like. The next photo here, so this is a paddle shift, as I may or may not have mentioned. It is controlled by high pressure air, so a pneumatically controlled paddle shift system. This black cylinder here next to the counter sprocket on the engine is the actuator to shift the race car. So you have those two lines, as you can see, the AN lines going into one to the top and towards the bottom there of that cylinder. When you're controlling upshift or downshift, this is exactly the unit that actually is performing that function for you. Pretty cool. The next shot here, this is just a sample of a wire harness. Looks like it's a spare. All right, so this next photo, I believe this is the control mechanism for a hand-based clutch. Nothing more than that. Now, I haven't verified that with Shane, but I'm pretty positive that's what this is. The last photo for this car, this is a dyno sheet, or it's a comparative, right? A dyno sheet for the ZX-10R. That's the top line, so you can see 223 horse. And comparing against the GSX-R at 185. The reason that's important, the majority of the F1000s built around 2006 to 2010 or more, many of them had the 07, 08 GSX-R motors in them. So that just gives you the comparison. But that's it for the first car up. Let's move on to the next. All right, so next up is another Formula 1000. This happens to be a Phoenix. This is a 2013 chassis. Now, one thing you may be asking, I just showed you a Formula 1000 a moment ago that was a store. This is a Phoenix. There are, or were, at least several manufacturers over the years making Formula 1000 race cars, probably in the order of 6, 7, or thereabouts. So you'll find a lot of differences, variations of body styling, design characteristics, and so on that fit in the rules for a Formula 1000. So just to throw that out there so you are aware. But while we're looking at the primary photo of this car, let me just talk about some of the highlights on this. First, the seller is Pete. His asking price is $34,000. This is a very nice car. It looks very clean. I have not seen this one in person myself. It's fitted with the 2008 Suzuki GSX-R 1000 motor. Again, those were the standard power plant for these cars in the earlier days. He has an AIM dash in it, AIM data acquisition, sensors, and so on, including the camera, I believe. Olin double adjustable shocks, Geartronics, so this is a paddle shift race car as well, which is very nice to have. It's fitted with PFC calipers and pads, floating rotors, and so on. Quite a few spare parts, apparently. 8 additional wheels. He has some new slicks. I'm not sure if it's full sets or not. Well, I'll have to find out if you have questions. But he's got several things: suspension components, some spare motor items and parts, a few suspension pieces. Looks like a pretty decent package for $34,000. This would be a great car to get in, drive, race, compete, and obviously you can develop it from there. So as I move here to the second image of this race car, one thing that impresses me about the Phoenix design is the aero focus on the race car. Very low profile. The drag profile must be considerably lower than stores, for an example. Look at the side pods alone. Extremely low height or low profile. You can see those air louvers on the top of the side pods, so that must be allowing hot air to be released through the back side, the top side there of the side pods, but they're very low profile. So those radiators on both sides would be virtually almost horizontal, actually, to get them in there. But it's a very clean looking race car. I do notice the floor is not as far forward as the stores, for an example. The stores would have another maybe 6 to 12 inches of frontal area on the floor. Not a big deal. It's probably an aero balance for the car. But looks quite nice. Now let's move to the next photo. Now this is just a top-down view. This is a good shot, actually. A top-down view looking at the engine. You see that chrome or gold-looking material on the top. That's the airbox that has the heat tape on there to try to keep it cool. You see that black cylinder right behind that. That's one of the nitro bottles, basically, for high pressure air for pneumatic shifter. And then you see your Olin shocks behind that and so on. This car, it looks like it has, yes, tripods for the axles, so that's quite nice. And looks very clean, looks well maintained. Again, you can see the 2 radiators. So one side's going to be water, the other side's going to be oil, that type of thing. Pretty straightforward. So that's it for the 2013 Phoenix. Next up, a very short video. This from the seller. He actually fires up the engine, so you can hear the motor run here for a second. cc engines, they sound good, don't they? Anyway, that's it for the 2013 Phoenix. Okay, next up, this is a 2009 Swift Super Formula race car. This is a fantastic race car. Serial number is 008, and the designation from the manufacturer, it's a Swift 017N. Very impressive race car. So I've owned several Swifts over the years myself. This is a proper built race car. So as you're looking at the photo, I'll talk about some of the highlights on this race car. You'll probably have quite a few questions. If you have interest, make sure you shoot me a note and we can discuss it. These are carbon monochrome chassis. They are a purpose-built race car, of course, completely carbon. Lots of horsepower, lots of downforce. This is probably not the car for a novice, somebody just getting into racing. This is competitive with Indy cars, if you remember the Champ Car series, and so on. So these are very intense race cars. But back to some of the specifics on this thing as I look through some of the notes. First, this is a full ground effects, so full tunnels on the race car. So the underside of the race car is where the magic works. That is a standard thing in Formula One today. They are all ground effect race cars as well. So the amount of downforce is actually quite capable. Now this car is a pretty good sized car. So length 188 inches. It's 78.7 in width. Height is 37.8 inches in height, and a wheelbase of 118.1 inches. The weight of the race car, 1324 in pounds. And it produces about 1,650 pounds of downforce. Now, if you have questions as far as is that at max or at what speed, again, let me know. The engine, the power plant is a Cosworth XG. This is a 3-liter V8, normally aspirated methanol engine. And the horsepower for this engine, it's around 600, might be slightly more than that. I'm not sure exactly what the rev limit is set at on this motor. It's more than likely somewhere between the range of 10 to 12, maybe 12.5 thousand RPM. So they're high revving, high horsepower motors. Transmission, it has a Ricardo 6-speed sequential, very good gearbox, 13-inch wheels and tires. It is fitted with an AIM GS dash on the car, fitted with 6-piston caliper front and rear, PFC brakes, pretty impressive. Substantial spare parts with this car, so that is a good to know. Now, if you need the list of exactly what's included, make sure you get a hold of me, but there are full setup manuals, full detailed parts inventory, everything that you would need to be taking this car on track. Now, there is apparently, there is another engine that is available. It is not part of this package itself. The seller has a 3.5 liter version of this engine. So that is available. I would imagine there's no issue with fitting that in this car as well. But that's the quick look at that. Now let's go look at a couple other photos here as we move around between the race car. Here's another shot. Here's another shot of the race car on track. I believe that's at a race, from what I was told. I've not seen this car myself in person, but boy, by photos and some of the video, it is quite intense. Now I like this shot, bodywork off. The resolution is not very good, but this is a top-down shot. You can see the top of the engine, the power plant. You got your 8 throttle bodies up there mid-engine. Pretty impressive sight to see. And then here from the rear end of the car, you can see it's fitted with some Avon racing tires. You can see the ground effects. The diffuser there in the back is pretty impressive. Looks like a very modern Formula race car. Okay, so let's walk around the car here. The seller is just doing a quick walk around. It's in the driveway. From my take of it, looking at it here, it looks spotless. It looks well maintained. I do not think you would need to do anything other than some basic setup and get in this thing and go. All right, well, that was it. 3 race cars, they're on the market right now. Again, if you have questions, shoot me an email. It's the best way to get a hold of me. And ask the questions at that point. If we need to get onto a call, we can do that as well. Again, my hope here is that I can help those of you who are looking to get into racing. Maybe you're a racer today, you just have interest in a particular race car, that type of thing. I would like to be able to help you in at least a sounding board, if nothing else, right, as far as your selection and such. So that's what I'm doing. I have a handful of things in the works. I've been extremely busy with some very interesting motorsport related projects. I'll share that with you at the appropriate time. We will be on the track in the next, I think, 6-7 weeks, doing some more testing ourselves with the Formula 1000, so you'll see that coming up as well. But that's it for now. I appreciate you watching, subscribing. I do enjoy those comments. Please keep them coming along, all right? Until next time, ciao.